Good evening. Someone's here. Welcome. Hi. Good evening. Welcome. Let me turn on my stream. Get my... All right, turning it on. Maybe. Maybe not. Technology when it wants to. All right, so let's see if this works. Boom. We is live on Instagram now. Okay. Hi, everyone. Oh, I have 2 people on my YouTube stream. Oh my gosh. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining. Makes me so happy. Thank you for joining. We're going to start here shortly. Please like and subscribe to the page if you have not. I'll have my information in the description box after the class. I stream live on Instagram, so I'm on my Instagram streaming. We're going to do our minimum daily requirement today. So if you haven't taken the class with me, hi, come in the frame. Yeah, let's take my socks off. So if you haven't taken class with me, I teach a form of Ashtanga yoga. We're doing Rocket yoga. So Rocket yoga is, as the coined term, it gets you there faster. It's just a more playful version of Ashtanga yoga. So that's what, and if you don't know what Ashtanga is, basically we're doing vinyasa-based yoga. If you don't know what vinyasa means, vinyasa talks about, it's like continuous movement and do series. So we're moving and flowing. We're going to do, this evening is minimum daily requirements. So we are doing our sun salutations A and B. And then we're also going to practice doing some standing poses this evening. So I find standing poses to be great and weird. And I think through the practice of yoga, I've gotten a lot better. So always remember, through consistency is where you get grounded. So you can do it one way one day, and then you can switch it up the next day. So again, consistency is how you get better in your practice and just grow as a person. Anything that you do consistent is how you get better. So that's why I'm showing up here. Consistency. Yeah. Anyway, I'm Allison. I'm with Sunflower Collective Outdoors. Thank you for joining. We're going to have a seat. We'll start seated on our mat. So if you can go ahead and take a seat on your mat. Have a seat in the middle. You could sit cross-legged, loose-legged. If you want your feet to stack, you can do that as well. So you can have like just a little comfortable seat, or you can be like this. You can stack your legs. That's good. I'll turn the camera a little. that angle better. There we go. So in our seated position, we're just going to do some like full, just starting off on the floor, nice and easy. So our legs are crossed. Let's take our hands. So our hands, nice and wide, you're going to put them down by the side of your hips. So your hands are on the floor, and you're just going to push your hands into the floor. So you're sitting, and when you push your hands into the floor, your whole hand, press those pads of your fingers and your heel of your hand down. Shoulders are not by your ears. Just push, keep breathing, and release. Yes. You're sitting at a desk all day. I sit at a desk or moving around or whatever. Some of these movements will help with getting that movement in. So let's ground down one more time. So put those hands beside you and push down. Nice. And release those hands. Let's take our right hand and we're going to put it on our head. So our left hand is on our left hand is on top of our kneecap. So it's just kind of relaxing. And our right hand reaches towards our left ear. We're going to gently, remember we're just warming up, gently just kind of, we're pushing our head to the right. Or just like a soft pull. So you're not putting that much weight, but you'll feel it down the side of your body right there. So you can put as much pressure as you feel comfortable with. You can feel the stretch. You don't need to put a lot of pressure to even feel the stretch. And our breath is our consistent in practice. So you'll always hear me cueing you to breathe or remember to breathe, or you'll hear me breathing. That is your cue to breathe. And release your hand up, head up straight. So we'll take our left hand on to the opposite side. So right above the ear. Whatever feels good. That right hand is just laying on that right knee. Get a nice little, some pressure right there. You can even take your right hand down to the side. That's another level of feeling that stretch too. And release. Nice. We're just going to put both our hands on top of our knees. We're going to do some little in and out movements. So your hands on top of your knees. You're just going to push your stomach back. Your shoulders come forward. It's like you're doing a little C right there. And then you're come back up straight. So do it a couple times. We're just kind of getting some movement in our spine doing this. Some movement in our spine. 2 more. 1 more. And come to stillness. And you can unwrap your legs and come on onto all fours. Come on onto all fours. We're going to do some cat-cow right here. So when you're in this position, you can start pushing. And this is cow right here. So your stomach is down, chin is pointing up. Cat. So we do cat. Stomach goes up. Top of your, in between your shoulders right here, that's going up. Cat. And then just reverse into cow. And keep moving through that. Go ahead. Move through that cat-cow movement. Couple breaths right here. Breathe in. Out. Cat-cow. Two more. One more. And come to neutral. Nice. And just gonna give you some space right here. Go ahead and wiggle it out. Maybe you can look back at it side to side. Maybe you wanna move around in a circle. Go around those wrists. Go ahead. So you can go in circles or you can wag. Which one feels better right now? Wagging or going in circles? If you're going in circles, all the way around one more time. At the top, stop and reverse. And one more. And come to neutral. And let's do a child's pose. So just push it on back. Nice. And downward facing dog. Come on up into down dog. First down dog. You can get some paddles in right here. Maybe you want to go side to side. And then come to neutral. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. And let's rise all the way on up. Beautiful. All right, my friends, we've made it to our sun salutations. So sun A is our first movement. So if you have or haven't joined me in class, I'll kind of explain the first. You'll hear me say the name of the movement, especially if you don't know the names. So all is good. Always can drop stuff in the chat. Always can send me an email, message on Instagram. Sky's the limit. Also, I just want to say that it is February 7th today and it's Black History Month. So thank you for joining. I'm a Black yogi and I appreciate you being here. So we'll start at the top of our mat. Let's take our hands all the way on up. You can get a little back bend in right here if you like. You can take your chin looking back. Small or no movement at all. And then we're going to fold. So fold all the way down. Up halfway. Fold. And step back into plank. And then we go into our vinyasa. So you can take your knees down. Then upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Sun A. Sun salutation A. 5 breaths right here. And remember, if you're joining for the first time, you can follow, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share the stream. Tuesday, Thursdays are the days I do yoga currently. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way on up. Hands up. And hands to heart center. Beautiful. Hands going up. Fold. Up halfway. Fold. Step back. Vinyasa. So you remember your knees come down, knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. When you're doing upward facing dog, you do want to get your legs off the ground. So your thighs shouldn't be laying on the ground. They should be up. And if that's something you're working towards, guess what? The consistent practice helps. Upward facing dog and push into downward facing dog. 5 breaths right here. You want to press into those heels. Hands are wide open. One more breath. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way on up. Hands to heart center. Hands go on up. Fold. Up halfway. Fold. Vinyasa. Step back, jump back, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And when you're doing your down dog, you can put in any movements you like here. So like we were doing the side to side. Maybe you would like to do a 3-legged dog. Make sure you switch sides when you do the other side. Maybe you want to open that hip up. Maybe you want to move. Remember, movement, whatever movement that you feel you'd like to do, add that in. That is your time right there. One more breath. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way on up. Hands to heart center. Nice. Hands go on up. Fold. Up halfway. Fold and vinyasa. Step back. Jump back. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And you want to make sure if you do something on one side, you do it on the other side. One more breath. Come to a neutral position. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way on up. Hands to heart center. Nice. 2 more. Hands go on up. When you feel yourself getting more and more warmed up, you know you can feel things being able to get more deeper in poses. And fold. Up halfway. Fold. Vinyasa. Step back or jump back. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. The breath is our consistent. Hoping everyone's been having a good week. It's Tuesday. We live in like it's Tuesday. Keep breathing. One more breath. Come to a neutral position. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way on up. Hands to heart center. Nice. And our last sun A. Hands going up. Fold. Up halfway. Fold. Vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. downward facing dog. When we're in our down dog, I would like to say you can imagine me, if I could, come and help push on your back, and that would give you some more of that. I would push like right here. So when you're in down dog, it would help you push into your hands more and straighten out into the pose. So transferring that body weight works wonders in this pose. Keep breathing. Happy Black History Month. One more breath. Come to neutral. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. And rise all the way on up. Hands to heart center. Beautiful sun A. All right, we're going to move on to our sun salutation B's. I hope you guys are doing well. Remember, breath is the consistent. Hands go on up. Samastitahi. And chair pose. In chair. It's literally like sitting back in a chair. You don't have to be super deep, but go to where you can go. And as you continue, you'll get deeper. So chair, fold, up halfway, fold, vinyasa. Step back, jump back, knees, chest, chin, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Warrior one on the right side. Left foot is at a 45-degree. Right leg comes into a 90-degree. Arms come on up. Hips are facing forward. Warrior one. Right knee is pushing towards the right of the mat, the top right corner of the mat. Hips facing forward. Warrior one. And take your hands down. Vinyasa. And when you come into down dog, step that left foot forward, warrior one. Back foot, 45-degree, left foot, 90-degree. Left knee towards the top of that mat. Warrior one, arms up, chin can be up, but wherever you're comfortable. And hands down, vinyasa. Vinyasa. When you get to that down dog, 5 breaths. And in those 5 breaths, remember, like I was showing before, you do have some more options to move in between. In another movement you can come down and do dolphin pose. So when you're doing your 5 breaths, you can also bring your elbows down, dolphin pose like this. And you're looking at your feet. So you're looking between your hands when you're in that pose. And a way to know how far apart your arms should be, you can take them together on the mat like this. So hand to hand goes to elbow. Elbow to hands, hands go to elbow. Like this. And then you move your hands out and then bow. You're exactly where you need to be. Come into a neutral position and bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Up halfway. Fold. Chair pose. Lift on up into that chair. And stand all the way on up. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. When you're in your chair pose also, it's like a, you'll see my hips. It's like you're hipping, it's like a key. So you're like in chair, you're like, it's kind of like you're flipping you're shifting your tailbone down. So it's not up, it's down. At the top of the mat, hands go on up, Samastitahi, chair pose, and fold, up halfway, fold, vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Step that right foot forward, warrior one, hands up, and vinyasa. Take those hands down, vinyasa. If you like, and you're there, you can hover that right foot up as you roll through. Left side, warrior one. And hands down, vinyasa. Down dog, 5 breaths. Five breaths. When you're doing those movements and moving through those poses, again, you can take any different type of variation. If you don't know what type of variation works for you, we can always work that out. There's many different variations. This is all levels, so we're here for everyone. Keep breathing. Two more breaths. Bend your knees, step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Chair pose. And stand on up, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Hands up. Chair pose. Fold. Up halfway. Fold, vinyasa. Megan, come do yoga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one. I will be putting out a survey next week because I want to be able to get more times to, I've been told that some people have wanted to practice yoga, but it's the time. Warrior one and vinyasa. So I will be putting out a survey. Please take the survey, even if you have or haven't taken my class, especially if you'd like to join. Left side, warrior one. So I can work on accommodating more schedules to get more people on the live, onto class. And vinyasa. You get to down dog, you can get your 5 breaths in. 5 breaths. I am working to, I want to be able to include more times and just give more options to people if they'd like to join yoga class. So do be on the lookout for the survey, and please do take it and share it. And share the screen, share the stream, like it, and if you know anyone that is interested in yoga, definitely share it with them. One more breath. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Chair pose. And stand all the way on up. Beautiful. Hands up. Samastitahi. Chair pose. Fold. Up halfway. Fold. Vinyasa. Step it back, jump it back. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one on the right side. 90 degree. You start getting a flow when you get used to it. Vinyasa. Everything comes with practice. Everything. Natural equals practice. Left side, warrior one. Vinyasa. Down dog. 5 breaths right here. 5 breaths. You know, if you'd like to do, if you're interested in doing some frog hops right here, this is a good place to do some frog hops. You'll watch me do them. In your down dog position, you are wanting to clap your feet together. Eventually you want to get your hips all the way over your head, but until then, they're not there. Two more. One more. And come to stillness. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Up halfway. Fold. Chair pose. And stand all the way on up. Hands to heart center. Nice. I know y'all have the heat because I got the heat. So that means you have to have the heat. Have to. Hands on up. Stamastitahi. Chair pose. Fold. Up halfway. Fold. Vinyasa. Step back, jump back. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right leg forward. Warrior one. Vinyasa. Left side, warrior one. And vinyasa. Down dog. 5 breaths. Bend your knees, come to a neutral spot. Bend your knees, step or hop forward. Up halfway. Fold. Chair pose. And stand all the way on up. Hands to heart center. All right. Our last sun bee. I know the heat is building over there. It is amazing. We want that heat. Slash, we just want to show up. We just want to show up. Top of the mat. Hands go up. Samastitahi. And chair pose. Fold. Up halfway. Fold. Vinyasa. Step back. Jump back. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side. Warrior one. And vinyasa. And left side, warrior one. Left side, warrior one. Vinyasa. Five breaths right here. One more. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Up halfway. Fold. Chair pose. Stand all the way on up. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. You can get a drink of water if you need one. Take a couple seconds. Take a couple seconds. At the top of the mat, come on back. And we're going to do half chair. So intertwine your fingers. Your hands will be pointing out. Palms are facing out. So your hands are up. And half chair. Becoming a chair, push those hands out. Ground those feet, ground those toes. Release. Come up halfway. Fold. Step your feet apart. And we're going to grab our toes. So you can take your big fingers, or take your big fingers. Take your peace fingers, and each your peace fingers grabs your big toes. So right and left, grab those toes. Those toes are, the big toes are grounding down, so you'll feel a little resistance. You can bow your elbows out. Keep breathing. Relax. And release those fingers. This time, we're going to stick our hands under our feet. So you can take your hands and put your hand, you want to try to put your wrist all the way under your feet. So take our hands like that. Hopefully you can see me. I am standing on my wrists with my hands. So depending how flexible you are and everything, this can feel good or like painful. I personally don't think it's like the most comforting pose, but through all poses, you'll find your comfort. One more and release. Slowly pull his hands out. There you go. And you just go ahead and shake it out. Get a little movement here. Nod the head yes. Nod the head no. Beautiful. And we will rise all the way back on up. And let's do a vinyasa. So go ahead and take a vinyasa at your pace. Go right ahead. And we'll meet in down dog. When you make it to the down dog position, let's take that right hand. So step your feet in just a little bit, just a little inch in. We're going to take the right hand and go for our left ankle. So you can be looking through your arms like that. Grab that left ankle. So this could feel great, or like you're like, whoa, girl, I cannot do that. Step in a little more. Your legs don't have to be that wide. One more breath and release that right hand. We all can do everything. Modifications help. Let's take that left hand onto the right ankle. Keep breathing. Good. Release. And take those knees down. Go ahead and go into child's pose. Just give you a little break right here. Your chin can be on the ground, your forehead, hips pressing onto your heels or pressing down. Your hands can press into the mat and press you back. Nice. Let's come back into all fours. And we're going to come into down dog. Bend your knees, come on forward. Up halfway, fold. Rise all the way on up. Hands to heart center. Nice. I know y'all are looking good over there. Let's do tree pose. So we're going to do tree pose. We're going to do some standing poses. So tree pose, you're on one leg. So the three different ways that you can do this. You can post your foot like a kickstand up against your ankle. That is tree pose. Second pose is you can bring it up below your knee. That's second. Third, you can bring it up above your knee. So it's like kind of in your groin area right there. Hands can be on your hip. They can be out wide. They can be like a tree. And on YouTube, my arms are cut off. So your arms can go up like a tree, literally. And even another one is you could have your hands behind your back in prayer pose, which you guys don't have to do that. I'm just showing you all the different ways you can have your hands in tree pose. So pick which way works best for you and go on into your tree pose. Hands can be heart center. Your hands are pressing into your chest. Eyes can be looking at a spot in front of you or straight forward. It helps people to see maybe a spot or something to help them keep their balance. You want to press that left foot into that right equally, and it will help with stability. One more breath here. And release that foot down. Nice. Get a little shake if you need to. And let's do the right side. So go on up, however you'd like that right side. A little kickstand. Below the knee. Or above the knee. Whoop, whoop. Whichever one works best for you. One more. And release. Nice. Go ahead and wiggle that out a little. Nice. This time, we're going to do another standing pose. So we're going to grab our right knee and bring it on up. So you can have your knee with both hands around it. Maybe you have really good balance, so you can just extend your leg the whole way. So whichever works best for you. I'm just going to do a couple breaths right here. One more. Bring your knee in. And this time we're going to extend it out to the side. Ground through that left side. It can be hard, but you know what? If you wiggle out, wiggle right back on in, okay? Because it doesn't matter if you fall out. Hop right back up on into it. One more breath. And this time come to center. Maybe you can hold your leg up the whole time. Maybe you can't. It's whatever you can do. So this time come to center. Either I need a flat surface or the mat. Either I'm just like my balance is off, or like even standing on the mat works or doesn't work. So, you know, everyone is different. So knee to center. Couple more breaths, keep going. And release. Nice. Let's do the left side. So bring that left leg up. Maybe one side is better than the other also. That happens. One more breath. And open to the side. And bring it into the front again. And release it down. Nice job, y'all. And come back to the top of your mat. Let's do a final vinyasa. Go ahead and take your final vinyasa. And we'll meet in down dog. Vinyasa. When you're in downward facing dog, come on down to the ground and let's have a seat. We're gonna do some floor stretches as we end practice here. So you can take your legs out wide, and we're going to take our, which hand is this? This is my left hand. So we're gonna take our left hand onto the ground. So it's like we're tucking it in to our left hip, and our left hand kind of goes under our right thigh. Okay. Then we take the right hand up and we reach over to the left. So maybe you're really flexible and you can touch your toes, amazing. Or maybe you can't, and that is okay. Go wherever you can go. Go wherever you can go. One more breath. And take that arms on up. Beautiful. And let's switch. So take that right hand into that right hip, thigh. Right hand is under the left thigh now. Left hand's up. And bend it on over. And come on up. Nice. Let's do a Muli Bandha checkup. We're going to do Muli Bandha checkup. So we're going to take our hands and frame out our right thigh. And what we're going to do is you want to flex your feet. So when we're pushing up, the end result looks like your hands push you up and you're floating in the air. So until you get to that point, every step of the practice helps you get to that end master pose. So we're going to take our hands. When I say go, we're going to bend into the right side, and then you push your hands into the ground and you lift up. Okay? All right, so frame out your right side, or frame out your right thigh, both hands on either side. Breathe in. Bend forward over that right knee and breathe in. And lift. Keep going. Keep going. And release. Nice. Let's do the other side. Maybe you get, depending You know how deep you went if you start getting cramps. So I'll just say that. If you start getting cramps, you're on the right track. All right, so then that left foot, frame out that left thigh. Fold into it. Breathe in. And lift. Keep going. Keep going. And release. Nice. Let's do that one more time on each side. Hands go onto the right side. Breathe in. Fold in. Breathe in and lift. And release. Frame that left side. Breathe in. Fold. Breathe in. And lift. Release. Nice. Nice job. Bring your feet in. We're going to do another pose. So you're going to bring your right leg is going to go long. Left foot comes in, it folds in. So it's folded in like it's an L. Yeah. It's like it's going into your groin. Just like when you were standing doing the standing pose we were doing, the standing tree. So that leg is in that position. And we're going to take our right hand. Your right hand can grab your ankle, your toes, wherever you can grab. Left hand, you can bring both hands to the feet. So maybe you can wrap your hands around. Maybe you can wrap around your foot. You can grab there. If you can grab your wrist behind your foot, you can do that. Maybe grabbing your ankles is where you're at. Wherever it feels comfortable. Just breathe. And release that side. And left leg on out. Fold that right leg in. Arms up. And fold. Fold, fold, fold. We're coming towards the end of practice. This is the slow down part. So you can breathe. Get your last movements in. Evolution is here. And release. And come onto your back, and you can do a bridge or wheel. So we're on our back, feet, and come on into bridge. And release. You can bring your heels in more if you need to towards your bun. Breathe in. And come on up, bridge. And release. And last one, bridge or wheel, whatever floats your boat's going up. Release. Nice. And I'm going to give you a couple minutes just to wind down your practice. Maybe you're already there. You can go into Shavasana. Legs out, feet to the side. Maybe you'd like to do another vinyasa. Roll like a ball. Any movement you'd like to do. This is your time. Any moves you'd like to do. As you start to wind down, come on into stillness and find your way into Shavasana. Find your way into Shavasana. Showing up is the hardest part of any practice, and you have made it to that point today. The breath is always the grounding for us. Start to wiggle your fingers. You can keep your eyes closed. You can move to the comfortable side, turn to your side, lay on the ground. When you're ready, you can push yourself on up, hands or eyes closed, come into a seated position. Thank y'all for joining me today. Like, share the stream. Last message for you this evening through practice is you are your own guru. You are your own guru. I can't say that word. You are your own guru. You don't need anyone else. You are your master guru. So that means that you hold the light inside of yourself to make these major decisions that you need to make. So always remember that. And the fact that you can show up and come to class already instills that you have the mentality to grow and dedicate time to yourself. Self-care is number one. Thank you so much for joining tonight. You can open your eyes. Let's bring our hands to heart center. Let's end class with 1 Om. So we're going to breathe in and just release out. Breathe in. Thank you so much for joining this evening. Ashe, have a good rest of the week. Happy Black History Month. If you guys have any questions, my information will be in the description box. Reach out to me if you're interested in any certain types of classes, if something did or didn't feel good, you didn't understand something, please reach out. Have a great evening, and I'll see you again on the mat. Thank you. Share the stream. Replays are always here. I would love to grow the audience. Thank you. Have a great evening.